Hi guys. Um, my head, my head. I have this. I get these things, these creative um, whims. I can't really call it a whim because normally, like a whim is something that happens and then it goes away. I get creative ideas and they come 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 and my mind goes boom 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 boom. It starts thinking about all the cool things I can do, and then I start doing them, and as I start doing them I'll think of more. And there's times where I'm so overloaded with creative ideas that my mind, I have a hard time focusing on anything because my mind is just like, you know, balancing the bank statement and thinking about jewelry, or balancing the bank statement and thinking about deodorant, or you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to focus sometimes. Sometimes it's like difficult. But the moon, the moon is currently finishing up in Leo. I think it's like got another 4 or 5 degrees to go, and then it pops into Virgo. What that means for you, well, Virgo is an earth sign, first of all. But what that means for you, yourself, depends on your chart. It depends on, oh yeah, that's another thing. I'm working on a thing. Well, I'll wait and tell you when I got it done. Um, so, anyway, it depends on your chart. Wherever your chart is, wherever Virgo is in your house, that will be the house that is activated by the moon, which isn't a big deal. It's activated like by the moon every 30 days. Um, it goes through the same sign, same house, so on and so forth. So it's a once a month kind of thing, and you can kind of get an idea of good days and bad days by watching the moon and seeing what sign it is in your chart. It's kind of an interesting thing, and you can plan things based on where the moon's going to be. Because we have good moon days and we have bad moon days. And if you're trying to do something that is on a bad moon day and it shouldn't be done on that day, then you can look at your personal chart, personal tracking of where the moon was and what your mood was for that time, and see if that's a good time for you to launch the project or do whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, so the affirmation for today: I notice and embrace the new opportunities that are now in my life. I notice and embrace the new opportunities that are now in my life. A lot of times this will come up when things are getting ready to pop off. When you've just started seeing the first inklings of new things coming in. Yeah. Or things have been quiet for a little while, and now all of a sudden you're starting to see things. Yeah. So if you take note of them, the changes that are happening, and you embrace those, then it will expand. It'll get bigger, more and more. The self-care card for the day, and I honestly think that this one has come up several times this week, and I'm thinking that it has to do with the wave of relationship endings that happened like at the beginning of the year. Now people are starting to come into union. They're starting to meet new people. They're starting to enjoy new relationships. And I think that's why this card keeps coming up. But this is connect with someone special. A loved one is a gift to treasure. Doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a non-romantic relationship. But connecting. Make sure you're connecting with people that you love and care about, because they're important. And there's so much disconnecting lately, that those people that you are connected to, that you do love, that you do care for, and you do, want to have in your life for many years to come, you really want to take the time to connect with them on a daily or every couple day basis at least. I mean, depending on the relationship and the access that you have. The angel message for the day is sacred space. We, your guardian angels, surround you with emerald, gold, and rose pink light. Surrender your concerns and worries and enter the sacred space of love and healing. I love that one when I'm trying to heal. So I am thinking somebody, there's somebody's over here going through some healing. So, and these are all kind of like connecting with the energy of the read. Even though I really haven't dissected it, I just went by it really quickly just to see what was going on. The word of the day is rejuvenation. Again, we've had this type of energy, and I remember I was listening to Aubrey Starr, and I remember her saying, I think it was Neptune, where it was making aspects that was going to, we were in a slow down pace. I'm not slowed down. I don't think I'm slowed down at all. I'm not feeling tired. I'm not feeling drained. I feel energized. I feel very healthy. I feel, I'm up. I'm doing stuff. I'm, resting when appropriate, but I'm doing a lot too. So it's just an offset. But Aubrey was saying that rejuvenation and rest was going to be a big theme this week. And I'm not feeling this, really, but maybe many people are. And it has a Neptunian effect to it. So go and look, Aubrey Starr, I think it is. And she has a channel, and she does astrology updates, like where planets are and what to expect. I love listening to her. She makes it very easy, very simple. Okay, and then the Angelarium card is Remiel. Remiel is the angel of visions. And there's Remiel. Can I just see? I think Remiel has a moon for a halo, possibly. Well, maybe he has a moon for a head. He has a moon for a head. Yeah, Remiel's head is the moon. And it's called, Remiel is the angel of visions. And it says, the shepherd of good graces, a shining light in the distance, beckoning us forward into the future. The green pastures beyond the next hill are hard to see. Remiel assures us that things will get better. It whispers something is coming, and it's beautiful. Been getting that message a lot lately too, a lot. Keep pushing forward. Keep pushing toward the horizon, toward the setting sun. As the light fades, you feel as if someone is watching you. Far in the distance, you see a lone figure walking, a dove on its shoulder. You stop for a moment to marvel at the vision. When you move again, it is gone. You hear a flutter of feathers as the dove lands gracefully on your shoulder. The signs are a cane, a rising sun, and a white dove. The angel of visions and good graces. Ramiel. The read. Oh my, I love read. So I kind of got an inkling when I was looking at this that it might be a carryover from the energy of yesterday, where there was a woman who had left somebody or had separated from her, I'm assuming husband, could have been boyfriend, and he was very controlling and very not good for her, not good at all. And she was transitioning or a little apprehensive about the transition. Um, and it showed that she was going to be highly emotional in the near future. And the first card that I pulled today was high emotions. And actually, it showed her as the Queen of Cups yesterday, which is an overly emotional person, sometimes overly emotional to get attention from other people, but it can be just flat out overly emotional. This one is about being overly emotional. It's in the reverse, so it means that there is a recovery coming. So instantly when I pulled this readout, I started thinking about that woman from the reading yesterday, and how that kind of like timeline fit in with that poor woman. She, she could have been going on a bender of emotion after her breakup, but that's okay. That's how you heal. That is how you heal. Anyway, so I think this is a female energy. I can feel the female energy. And I do think there might be a connection between that woman and this one today. There's not a lot of, it's mostly minor arcanas. No, sorry. I think it's about 50-50. So we've got a Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, Star. Yeah, so it's not 50-50, but 70-30. So most of it is stuff. The reason why I say that is because minor arcanas are kind of like inner planets in astrology. So Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all of those are your inner planets in astrology. And your minor arcana cards in tarot are very similar. It means fast happenings. It's kind of like the moon. The moon transits a sign in 2.5 days. So this is stuff that is not set in stone. It's not long-term things that are going on, although there are some long-term things here. The mass majority of it is fairly fleeting, something that will be gone and over with in a couple days, or changed into something else. So this is basically somebody's, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and what they're planning, or what they see for themselves in the future. This is a collective reading, not a one-to-one reading. If you are in the collective energy, you probably will resonate with this reading. If you are not, then you probably won't resonate with this reading. Either way is fine. Or you may get, a little bit of each. You may resonate with some of it, you may not resonate with some of it. It's okay. It just means that you're close to this energy or you are in this energy. But there can be hundreds of thousands of people in this energy. So in the past, it shows somebody not really reflecting on the past, not paying any attention to the past. They're um, they're focused on the now, or they're focused on the future, but they're not giving any attention to things in the past. The theme or the situation is being highly emotional, but it is actually in reverse. So it's still highly emotional. It's still being emotionally driven. It's still having struggles in emotion. So if you are one of those people who just feel like you are stuck in emotional crap right now, that would be you. But this is actually a recovery from that emotional baggage, because it's in the reverse. And the challenge is weakness. And I am not entirely sure why weakness would be the challenge. um, maybe this is, if it's a breakup, well, let's see. Rather than guess or feel it, try to feel it, I'm going to look at weakness. Um, yeah, it's kind of different. I can't do this. God. Um, so I guess, I don't know, the challenge is weakness. But I'm thinking it is just this person feeling weak from the emotional stuff. Um, or it could be them thinking that they're weak because of the emotional stuff, that they won't be able to make it, they won't, stand up. That's possible. But it's the challenge is weakness. So I guess they're trying to overcome a weakness. A weakness. What is the weakness? Let's see what the weakness is. Letting go, release, good luck, turning point, change, circle of life, and insecurity, childhood issues, bad news, broken dreams. So, they're in an emotional state, okay? And when you're in an emotional state, you are feeling weak. You don't feel up to being able to tackle some of the things that are going on in your life. So I'm thinking that's probably the mass majority of it. In the subconscious, it shows some denial, refusing to accept, turning your back and walking away, So it kind of looks like because of the pain of the past, this person is fighting um, that that process, like the healing process, and or feeling the healing process. Maybe not necessarily fighting the process, but maybe it shows a little bit of struggle though. So I guess my point is, if this is you, if you are going through this, if you have left a significant relationship or a job or something and you are working on healing, you are emotional, you are struggling, then just let it be okay. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to handle things. You don't have to. The only thing that matters is you, your happiness, and your healing. So focus on that. Focus on just that and let everything else go, unless, of course, you have kids and you don't want to let you don't want to let them go. But you know, or pets, but you know what I mean. You know, you still have to maintain some things in life. Like if you have a job, you have to go to work, and or you could take some time off, I guess. But the point is, make your healing, your uh, your emotional well-being the focal point of everything. Um, the intention is no change. So I'm thinking maybe, well, let's see. No change, Wheel of Fortune. Um, yeah, no change. Things are going, looks like maybe financial struggle, a lot of hard work, a lot of diligence, um, some new beginnings, some willpower. And yeah, so I don't know that. It looks like possibly this person is working on some things, and or let's see. Yeah, it's work. Success, wealth, financial security, practicality, and the no change is um, I'm thinking it's just slow. Maybe slow changes are happening, but not as quickly maybe as she would like. And it shows in her, let me see if I do it this way. Oh, well, no. Okay, so no change means that it is work related. It has something to do with maybe business and work, and maybe it's despite all the emotional um, crap that she was going through or is going through, she is maintaining and handling things well. She's not, It shows a bit of walking away. It shows loneliness, and it shows something. She's abandoned something. She's given up something, and she's felt very dejected. But she is experiencing success currently in her. I'm thinking it must be work or business. She is experiencing a large amount of success. So I think the no change part of it is like she is saying maybe she expected her professional life to fail because her personal life was failing. Sometimes those things go hand in hand, and she's really focused on not allowing that to happen because this is the intention. So her intention is she wants to make sure that she maintains her, her business, her or work or whatever she does in a good degree. Now, in the near future, she has a guardian. She is on her path, and the angels are with her, and they are making sure that she's okay. They're guarding her and protecting her. And her being you, if you are her, if you are in this energy. You are guarded and protected, and your guardians are with you, and they are making sure that you're okay. Now, does that mean that you won't have any more emotional crap? No. No. Healing takes time. Healing takes time. And you want to heal. You really want to heal, because the more you get into that healing, the more that you embrace it, the better you will feel in the shorter period of time. If you fight it, then your healing process will not get better, and you will feel ill. You'll feel mentally ill. You will feel emotionally ill, and you will feel physically ill. That type of stuff has a big effect on your physical body. Any kind of negativity, anytime you hold emotions, I do yoga, and I can tell you that after healing, you want to do a lot of body work, yoga, massage, acupuncture, acupressure, anything like that, because all of those emotions all those things that you're healing, they store in your body. They stay there, and you literally have to physically push them out to get them out of your energy. And if you've ever done yoga and you didn't know that happened, you can do yoga for a couple months, and then all of a sudden in the middle of a class you break down and you start crying like crazy, and everybody's looking at you. Yeah, everybody knows. Most people know when you are doing yoga, when you're doing different forms of yoga, specifically depending on how heavy you're doing it, and it will help in your healing journey, and it will literally push every bad or painful emotion that you've ever felt out of your body. It'll do it with good emotions too. That's where you get the yoga high. But you literally, when you're doing this type of a healing ritual, you want to incorporate something physical like yoga, Tai Chi, anything like that, and expect to have these random emotional outbursts when you are doing it because you're literally pushing all of that energy out of your physical body. You've got it out of your emotional body. You're working on your mental. Your mental, it kind of goes. You forget eventually, but with your people forget about the physical. And if you're hanging on to all that stuff, you're gaining weight. You're keeping physical weight on your body. So it's really good to focus on getting all of that stuff out of your physical body. Uh, anyway, it looks like that's where this person is going. This person is on a spiritual path. She has had a very rough time. She is going to be getting on a spiritual path. She is going to be probably doing things like meditation and yoga and talking to God, talking to her angels. Her guardians are going to be taking care of her and guiding her. Another thing you can do, if this is you, it's really important to listen to things that continue to come up. So, like, I remember when I got into yoga, which was many, many years ago, one day it was in my head that I wanted to do yoga and I could not get rid of it. I couldn't get rid of it. It just stayed there and stayed there. And then I would brush it off and I would go about my business and boom, it'd come right back. And it was my guides, my guardians saying, you need to do this. And it was the best thing that I've ever done. It was fabulous. And I've done it religiously, not religiously. There's been times where I've like not kept up on it. And I'll tell you something, the times where I've not kept up on it were some of the worst times in my life. I think it's vital to do that. And I think if life is getting in the way of you taking that time to take care of yourself, that there's a problem. It's kind of easy to blow it off, but once you get into a rhythm and you're doing it, on a fairly regular basis, you want it and you feel it if you don't have it. So, this woman, the what to do category, generational wealth, family wealth, family money, building a legacy, building building an enterprise, building a massive kind of all-encompassing type of experience. So I think in the what to do category, I think what this is saying, number one, is focus. Focus. How funny. Focus on. She wants to focus on her business, her job, whatever this is. She comes up as the Queen of Pentacles in regards to this intention. So I am assuming that she is an older woman and she is probably in business, but that's not necessarily the case. It could be younger as well. But it is somebody who most likely has a business or is independent in their job to some degree. So like somebody who does sales, for a company. They basically run their own thing. They may work for a company, but they run their own thing, and it's kind of based on how much time and effort they put in. But in the future is, I think, where she's looking at. this. She's looking at this as though she wants to build something really big financially, uh, on what she is working on. And that means, I'm going to look at this, but I believe this is actually somebody coming into her life. It's the King of Cups. And this is a man who is compassionate, loving, caring, um, not afraid to show his emotions, not afraid to talk about things, not afraid to be intimate and open and honest, and has a really good heart. This is somebody who loves deeply. This is a heart-based person. It's not, like the King of Swords is somebody who's very mental, very focused on the truth and justice and things like that. And the King of Wands is somebody who is very into action, getting things done and moving. And the Emperor embodies all of the kings. So this could be an emperor, but in this situation, it is just showing that she wants a man. And if this is a continuation of the reading from yesterday, you'll remember that her ex-partner, ex-bad relationship, was controlling, abusive, very rigid, very not. He was actually coming up as the Emperor in reverse. And the emperor is all four kings, but the emperor in reverse is somebody who has let their leadership and their power go to their head. So she's looking for somebody that's not quite so bossy, not such a big leader. She wants somebody sweet. She wants somebody to have an emotional connection with. And her greatest hope and fear is that she won't find love, that she will end up being alone for the rest of her life. But I don't see that happening. I think this king is actually coming into her, whether she knows it or not. And the only thing that I haven't looked at is wow. So I don't know if she's like dealing with somebody who's like a big egomaniac or what. But the energy comes up as the Star card in her environment. And the star is usually like, somebody who's has skills, they it's kind of like they're destined to be a star kind of person, but it can also signify hope and inspiration and a few other things. But when I ask for clarity on this, it shows that there is somebody in the environment that is got some really horrible horrible energy. And I don't know if it is maybe the ex or, yeah, it's really, really bad energy. Manipulation, liar, quiet power, dictator, brutal, cold, impatient, selfish, ruthless. And there's a lot of competition. There's battles and struggles and rivalry and chaos. And it's almost like she can't Um, this might be work, possibly, or it could be an ex. It could be the ex because it's coming up as the King of Swords in reverse. So this is the King of Swords that I was talking about, the mental, just messing with your head, or they're very mental, like they don't put a lot of faith in spirituality. They don't put a lot of faith in the unseen. Everything has to be logical and everything has to be like um, just and I mean it's really bad. There's like worry, struggle, isolation, temporary hardship. So I am thinking that this person, and what it feels like, not what I'm thinking, but what it feels like, is that this person, maybe this ex, is talking to her or telling her that she can't do what she wants to do, or that she'll never be good at what she's doing. Or maybe it's ex-friends, because there is a female here too. There's a female here who's being very loving and kind and compassionate. Um, so, and it looks like there was actually an offer of money in the past. So possibly this King of Cups. Oh, that's what it is. The King of Cups, because we have what to do here. This is a good financial partnership. In her environment, it shows an offer coming in. Does not show an offer out here. So this would be I believe, an offer that she has gotten, and the environment, like it's a good offer. So obviously she's the star. She is, somebody is seeing her shine. They're seeing her, like in a light of, wow, this would really work. This person being in business with me, and this person would really work. Or a position, like she's just gotten a job offer, and this King of Cups is probably the one that's given her the job offer. And it is a good financial partnership. And then you got the jerk off ex over here who's trying to ruin it all and doesn't want her to go move on and do anything new, because they're controlling. And I mean, the cards that we had yesterday was controlling. I could probably even look that up. But it is a typical situation where a controlling person tries to hang on. They can't let go. They cannot let go. The other person has moved on, accepted a new offer, is going to work for the King of Cups, and this other person just cannot see that person being happy or anything good happening in their life, which means they never loved that person from the beginning. They didn't have any love for that person. It was all about control. It was all about holding on to them. Here it is. Controlling, rigid, lack of discipline, immature, chaotic, anger, abuse of power, and dictator. So if you're dealing with that, and then here he's showing up as the King of Swords, which is manipulator, liar, dictator, brutal, judgment, coldness, impatience, selfishness, and ruthlessness. So, yeah, trying to go from, and that would explain, in the environment, would explain why there's so much emotion, because it sounds like this guy is actually, like whoever this guy was, with who she was with before, um, he didn't want her to succeed. He wanted to hold her back. He wanted to hold her down. He wanted to make her appear ineffective. You know, he wanted to be the one that was uh, effective, or he was looked at like the leader or the, but he wasn't. He wasn't. He should have been. And had he made different choices, he may have been, because he came up as an emperor, and an emperor is a leader. An emperor is somebody who's very responsible and very kind and very good. But in the reverse, they're not in any way, shape, or form. They're very bad. They're like all the bad parts of the emperor. But this King of Cups, is not showing as a romantic interest, but the King of Cups is a romantic interest. So it isn't, but it is. And I don't know that it is actually business. It looks like it could be business because it is the Ten of Pentacles. But it could also be that this guy's just really well off. He's wealthy. And being in a relationship with him is a good move. Not only in love, but also in business. So if you, in financial. So if you have somebody that has expressed an interest, you might look at it in a sense of, well-rounded. Well-rounded. And if you don't, then maybe you need to know that there is a king coming for you who is doing really well financially and wants to be with you. Wants to be with you. Greatest hope and fear for this woman is no heartbreak. So she's not going to fall for another guy who is controlling and manipulative and a liar. It's not going to happen. She's not going to do it. She is going to be on her own with her guides and angels, walking a spiritual path until the day comes when someone will truly, honestly love her. And if that day never happens, then she stays single. Oh well. Not like the worst thing in the world that could happen, right? Okay. I'm thinking that was, oh no, I think that was right. So the runes for today are kind of crazy. Crazy. We've got one, I think it's Mercury. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't remember this one. I remember doing it. I remember making it. I just don't remember. Oh, I see why. I understand what's going on here. Okay, so this is actually alchemy, I believe. Yeah. This is alchemy, and this is spirit. Here's spirit. That's what spirit looks like in alchemy. And spiritual alchemy is an ancient practice that transcends the physical transformation of base metals into gold, focusing instead on the inner transformation of the human soul. So this is about healing, transformation. We got that here. Or was it rejuvenation? I notice and embrace the new opportunities that are now in my life. That would be this guy. New guy coming in. Could be business, could be romantic, could be both. Rejuvenation. Rejuvenate yourself because you might need your energy to deal with him. Sacred space. Yeah, healing, concerns and worries, love and healing, probably for her, and connection. Okay, so I hope you guys can't hear that buzzer. It's actually one of my heaters is buzzing. Okay, so this one I think is also an alchemy. Actually, they all are. They are all alchemy. Okay, so we must be creating or manifesting a lot. Alchemy is all about manifesting. It's all about turning base metals into gold. So this might be the person in this read who is manifesting this person to come into her life, who will be a good financial partnership and a loving, caring person instead of this jerk who's over here. So where's this one? This one is, here it is. Okay, hang on 2 seconds. Okay. So I was thinking this was sulfur, but it's not. Why am I not seeing this one? Probably because it's in a different direction. So why am I not seeing it? Okay, we're going to pull another one if I can't find it here. One last look. It's not sulfur. It's not salt. Yeah, I don't know. I had a couple, but there was a couple that I couldn't identify, so I need a replacement for this one. Okay. Illumination, transformation, purification, completion, awakening of the inner self, and spiritual wholeness. So that is also alchemy. So yeah, this is all about manifesting. This literally is all about creating the life that you want. And the last one is transmuting. And that one says destruction of the ego and attachment to material things, spiritual enlightenment, infinity, cycle of life and death. So this person could be going through a clean out as well, because it has attachment, destruction of the ego and attachment to material things. And if you've ever gone through a major transformation, you know that that is part of it. Part of it is you get rid of pretty much everything you got with no questions asked, because it's just time. That's what the universe wants you to do. That's what God wants you to do. And that is for your highest good. And most of those things that you get rid of are things that are weighing you down, not assisting you, not making you feel good. I've talked about it before. I went through one not too long ago where it seemed like everything that I had gotten from dead relatives. It was like my whole and entire life had turned into my dead relatives' things. And I hated it. I absolutely hated it because it wasn't me. It was as if I was living for them. So I literally took everything. Everything went. Literally everything went. Furniture, appliances. I mean, anything that was connected to past relatives. I got rid of all of it. It was not me. It was them, and I didn't want their energy in my space. I only want my energy in my space. So the detaching from material things happens when you go through this kind of a change, when you are leaving relationships, and it's really a good idea to just do it, to just go for it and lighten your load, because it's easier. It's easier to. It's another release, like pushing old emotions, out of your body. It's another part of healing. So it is actually healing. So get rid of the emotions that you're storing in your body. Get rid of stuff that you're hanging on to for dear life with absolutely no idea why you're hanging on to it. And you'll be amazed at how much better you feel. Okay. So we did those. I'm going to put those away. And put these cards away, and then I will read you the Black Moon astrology that goes with, oh, you know what? I'm going to leave this out because I want to see how it relates to the reading, because it usually does. My glasses are... Ooh. Okay. Black Moon astrology card for today. I still haven't done that Black Moon astrology, what do you call it? God, why can't I think of the word? Unboxing. There we go. I still haven't done that. I've been really busy creating. But I will get to it for sure. Anyway, the Black Moon astrology card for today is the 6th house routine. I don't know if you can see that. And obviously, the 6th house often has to do with health and work. How you work, how you do, how you do things. 6th house routine. The body is a sacred garment. Martha Graham. You must change your usual way of looking at things. The sixth house is ruled by the mutable sign of Virgo and the planet Mercury. In the horoscope, it is the area of routine and everyday life. It is not so much a dazzling place as it has to do with the ordinary. It also rules the body differently from the first house, and specifically your health, especially the digestive tract. This house reminds us that we should do what we should do to maintain good health. And in this, diet figures in. Anything that comes under alternative health or various approaches to strengthening the body and supporting the healthy lifestyle all falls under the category of the sixth house. The sixth house is all about duty, responsibility, gainful employment. It shows how hard you work, how organized you are, how much you worry, and what you do on a daily 9 to 5 basis. 9 to 5? Does that exist? I thought it was 9 to 9. This is why it is also looked upon as the house of the job, how you earn a living as an everyday citizen. This card turns up, a job change. When this card turns up, a job change is possible. Now I have to look and see. Okay, so the moon is right now currently going into Virgo for this, which is the ruler of the sixth house. But I was looking. I do actually have. I have 2 things. I was just looking at planets that I have in the sixth house. Okay, so when this card turns up, a job change is possible. It's possible that this woman is going to take a job. Or she's going to meet a man who has money and fall madly in love. When the sixth house card shows up, presents itself in a reading. An important thing to consider is the state of your health. Medical appointments and buildings, such as hospitals and health centers, may figure into your reading. For your future plans to progress smoothly, you must be strong in body. An area to look closely at is your diet. An alternative health approach may work best for you now, and you may find yourself interested in Reiki, acupuncture, chiropractors, health supplements, herbs, and visits to health food stores. Becoming involved in these matters professionally may also develop. As the sixth house has everything to do with your routine and what you do regularly, you may experience changes and disruptions in your schedule. It would also be to your benefit to become as organized as you can, since at this time, any type of disorganization could defeat your plans. It is time to pay attention to the small particulars rather than the larger picture. The larger picture cannot develop without the minute details. You may find yourself worrying over little matters, which is exhausting. Visits to libraries and schools may somehow assist you in your plans. It's important to be analytical in your endeavors, and they may come unraveled and not turn out in the ideal way you want. Perfection is not necessary to success. Completing what you start is more important. However, the sixth house card does suggest you insist on quality and usefulness. You may find yourself critical at this time, or others will seem to be critical of you, which we actually saw that in her environment. We had the star, but there was some guy, I'm thinking was her ex, who was totally critical. Um, you may want to clear up or correct matters which may have become unhinged or at least off track. Efficiency and doing the right thing at the right time will serve you in the coming days. This is probably not an easy time because it is not meant to be. For something that really serve you in the best possible way with the outcome you are wanting, you will have to go step by step and have patience. It is not likely to happen fast, but whatever you manage to accomplish will stick and serve you well in the future. I think this is about manifesting. I really do. One of the things that came up yesterday, or the major theme for that woman yesterday, was thinking positive, changing her thinking from lack and um, you know, being treated poorly to being treated very good and positive thinking, thinking positive and bringing that in. Um, and I would say, with all the alchemy today, that is suggesting the same thing, only working a little bit stronger, probably, on manifesting. Manifesting these things, manifesting this partnership with good finances, manifesting this man, bringing these two people into, and that would actually fall under temperance. It's actually a magician thing, but she's not a magician. She's just learning. So temperance would fit in there a little bit better. I don't know why, but my nose is running. Okay, so positive thinking and manifesting. So the sixth house card in brief, your job, how you work, and what you are working on, responsibilities, duties, diligence, volunteer work, making sure all details are covered, looking at the small things, even trivialities. Organization, making sure everything is in right order, analyzing the situation. Efficiency, productivity, the body's condition, digestive disorders, the colon, the stomach, the esophagus, health foods, and diet. A focus on physical, mental, or spiritual healing. Alternative medicines, healing modalities, forming plans, keeping matters in order, medical buildings, hospitals, nursing homes, doctors, shamanism, nature, cleanliness, antiseptics, purification, the colors brown, tan, green, and off-white, keeping the books, numbers and letters, studying, learning, books, bookwork, libraries, editing, being alone, logic, and small favors. The corresponding tarot card is the Seven of Pentacles. And the key ideas here are daily work, healing, thought, discernment, small animals, employees, and orderliness. Probably one of the best things that I have ever done in my life. I've done a lot of things. I have experienced a lot of things. I have done a lot of things. I know a lot of things. A lot of things. But one of the best things I think I ever did was several years ago. I stopped eating processed foods. I changed my diet to whole foods, whole organic foods. So what that what that looks like, okay, it doesn't mean you can't have oatmeal cookies. I love oatmeal cookies. I love pumpkin pie. I love, various other things that wouldn't be considered when they say diet. Like you hear, oh, your diet needs to change. Your diet does need to change. If you are not eating whole organic, your diet needs to change. And you will be absolutely amazed at how good you feel when you stop eating processed foods, when you start eating whole, healthy, organic foods. There are so many toxins and so many bad things in our food these days. It's kind of like a perpetual cycle, like it's kind of a Munchausen by proxy syndrome is the world that we live in. Okay, and if you don't know what that is, go look it up. I'm not going to explain it because you know just because you'll know why I won't explain it once you read it. But if you know what Munchausen by proxy syndrome is, you'll understand that that's exactly the world that we live in. We live in that situation, only on a grand scale. Grand scale. Anyway, so one of the easiest things you can do, or the best things you can do for your mental, emotional, and physical health is get rid of processed foods. That means make coffee at home from organic coffee. Don't spend $10 a day on a freaking, coffee from someplace and you have no control over what goes into it. You want to make sure that your milk is organic. In fact, right now I wouldn't even consume milk, not even organic, because there's something weird going on with, I believe, antibiotics is what my guides are telling me and that's bad. So kind of avoid milk and milk products right now. Anyway, after about 6 months of no processed foods, where you make your own bread, you make your own pies, you make your own cookies, you cook your own meals, you don't go to restaurants, you don't go to fast food, none of that. You're very, very picky about the things that go into your body. Um, work on your gut health, like the one card was talking about. Gut health is big. Things that really help me gut health wise is kombucha. I make my own kombucha, filtered water, moringa. Moringa has a cleansing type thing that goes on. And that is very, very good for your intestinal health. A lot of water, increase your water consumption. Stay away from plastic. Stay away from plastic because there's plastic in the water that will get in your body. Be careful of ice cubes. You wouldn't believe the way I make ice. It's kind of interesting. But I don't do just regular ice. I don't go to the store and buy a bag of ice and eat it. No. No, that wouldn't be good. But if you can change too, and you will find as you change your diet, it is not more expensive because you eat less. Your body does not require, first of all, there's stuff in processed foods that actually stimulate your appetite. Stimulates your appetite. So a lot of the processed foods that you're eating, you're eating an appetite stimulant. So you eat more of the thing that you're eating. So a lot of people who eat food that's processed think, oh, organic, that's like way too expensive, especially now, right? We're in the middle of a um, inflation situation. A lot of things you can grow on your own. You can grow all summer long. I grow all of my own vegetables. I can all of my, um, tomato sauce, tomato paste, things like that. So I know how it's being grown. I know that it's being grown organically. If I can do it myself, that is the way I prefer to do it. Now, does that mean that I don't have pumpkin pie with a big, dollop of whipped cream every once in a while? No, I do. Does that mean I don't eat bread? No, I eat bread. I just make my own bread. And I go for fermented breads like sourdoughs, things like that. Um, anyway, there are some recipes below on my page if you guys are interested in eating cleaner, healthier, and um, definitely get into doing something like yoga or Tai Chi or acupuncture or something along those lines to help you move all these emotions from all this stuff that's going on. I mean, it's really kind of intense for a lot of people. A lot of people have had problems with, their sisters, their brothers. They're not talking to them anymore. They're not talking to their siblings, their parents, their grandparents. A lot of like relationship breakups. A lot of things are going on. There's a lot of changes and a lot of difficult stuff happening. So it's really a good idea if you want to make it, you want to continue to thrive and not just survive or barely survive, which I can tell you a lot of people are barely surviving because they're not focusing on what they need to do. They need to eat right, exercise, focus on positive, focus on, turn off the negative, turn it all off and focus on the positive. I can tell you that I haven't felt this good the way I feel right now today. I have not felt this good since I was in my probably mid 20s, early to mid 20s. I maybe even feel better than I felt at that time right now in my life. And that is saying a lot for this day and age and this time and the way things are and the changes that I've gone through. And I am happy, healthy, and inspired um, on a daily basis. I'm like living my best life. So change your diet. Start with the diet. Work on other things. Start with healing. And you will feel fabulous too. Love and blessings. Have a good week.